Episode 133. Jade loses her temper. Jade was stunned for a moment. Maybe Dario hadn't heard what she said. She said it again. "Mr. Foster, I said I want to stay in the hospital with my grandma. It's rare for me to have a vacation. When it's over, I'll return to the set." She didn't expect Dario to say sternly, "No, you can stay here during the day, but you need to come back to sleep at night." Jade only wanted to spend the night with her grandmother and join Dario tomorrow. She didn't expect this level of rigidity from him. She could not help but tremble in her heart. Was she just his teddy bear? Was he unwilling to sleep alone for even one more night? She thought of him hugging that woman at the airport. Jade felt a surge of anger. For the first time, she really lost her temper with him. "Mr. Foster, are you even listening to me? I said I want to stay here with Grandma tonight. If you just need a girl to warm up your bed, I'm sure you can find someone. Probably a few at once." The more Jade spoke, the louder she became. The atmosphere turned freezing cold. Jade looked at Dario and was terrified for a moment. She reached for the door handle. He stopped her. She turned around and met the gaze of those cold eyes. There was no expression on the rest of his face, but those eyes blazed cold as if he were going to freeze her into an ice sculpture. Jade tried to take back her hand from him but found that she couldn't move. "Mr. Foster," she said. "Come on, I need to go." His grip didn't relax. Jade said with some fear, "I was just spouting nonsense. Just pretend you didn't hear me." This kind of Dario made her feel helpless. Dario's dark eyes seemed to want to see through her. "Jade, I'll tell you one last time. You are the only woman I want. Do you understand?" Dario looked into her eyes. His eyes were a bit softer than before. He kept getting closer to Jade and pressed her onto the passenger seat. Jade pushed his body and turned her head to the side. She could feel breath on her face. Was he still angry? Was he going to kiss her? She hated that she couldn't tell. He was always like this. He always spoke to her in a commanding tone, like she was his servant rather than his wife. But hearing him say that she was the only woman for him still got to her. Her heart began to stir again. "Mr. Foster, I'm really going now. Let go of me." Jade put her free hand on the button to open the door. "Do you want me to go to the hospital with you?" Dario asked calmly. He didn't intend to let go of Jade. He didn't want her to leave him. He gently touched her pretty face as if he was touching a treasure, something priceless and breakable. No thanks. You still have your own things to do." Jade lowered her head to avoid looking him in the eyes. She still saw the coldness take over that handsome and threatening face. Jade opened the car door and was about to get out when Dario reached over and slid a pair of black sunglasses onto her face. "Mr. Foster, what are you doing? I don't like this." Jade had never liked wearing sunglasses. Dario did not explain anything. He just said, "Put it on. This is my gift to you. You can take it back when you're in your room. I will come to pick you up after dinner, okay?" Although his tone had softened a little, his attitude was still firm. Jade just frowned and said unhappily, "I'm going in. Drive safe, okay?" She turned around and left. Dario did not leave immediately. He parked the car and waited quietly until he could not see Jade any longer. He frowned slightly and pursed his lips. Was she blaming him for teasing her yesterday? Has something happened to make her jealous? She was cute when she was angry, and still kind, reminding him to be careful on the road. But he didn't know what she was thinking about. It must be because she was so tired from filming. He was still brooding about the visit to the class. She thought he didn't know anything, but Caroline had told her everything. She said that she would ask whether anyone had called or texted. She was obviously waiting for him. Silly Jade. Yesterday she had that provocative look on her face. How could he resist touching her? He only wanted her to be rested before they got into more strenuous exercise. When he thought about how she was shy under him yesterday and wanted him to be gentle, he couldn't help but smile. The first time, Jade, don't worry. In the future, you will be with me for all your first times. Dario turned the key in the ignition and drove away. As Jade walked down the hallway of the hospital, she felt silly. Dario had asked her to wear sunglasses, and for some reason, she was willing to listen to him even though she didn't like them. So here she was, wearing sunglasses in broad daylight inside the hospital. At first, she felt like someone was looking at her. As she walked, she drew more and more glances. Then she heard a girl's voice behind her. Hey, don't you think that girl wearing sunglasses looks familiar?" Another voice responded, "I know where I've seen her. That shampoo commercial."